623-KIDS is the number to call, 623-5437.
So there's a lot of good reasons for you to make your donations today. And we're going to continue to tell you about them. One of them, and it's only one, is the people of TMC. You know, we talk about the family, the community of this nonprofit hospital, Tucson Medical Center, and TMC for Children. And the more we get introduced to staff members, the more we understand why it's so important, the work that is done here, because the people who work here are here for the right reasons. And they're here because they like their jobs. They like what they do. Dr. Moira Richards is one of those, I know that. She's medical director for Children's Services, and she's a neonatologist. And good morning, Moira.
Good morning, Bobby. Thank you.
Thanks for being here. But just quickly, before we talk about the really cool thing we're going to talk about, what inspired you to get into this line?
Well, actually, I entered medical school thinking I would be a surgeon. But when I did my rotation with children and in the NICU, I really felt that bringing these young lives into the world and providing the best outcome we could was really at the heart of what I wanted to do in medicine. So I did neonatology. Okay,
so, and it's rewarding. How do you get past the sadness part?
Actually, the sadness part is very small. It's really working towards working with this family and understanding the needs of their young child. And the majority of our babies go home healthy and well. And that's really what we look for. We try to support nature and nurture and provide the optimal outcome they can have.
All right, we're going to ask for some special help. It's all special, and this is a 2-day radiothon, but we really need some help now because there is a piece of equipment that none of us have ever heard of and probably wouldn't know it if we saw it. But Moira's going to describe it to you, and then if you want to see a picture of it, we're posting one right now on our website, MIXfm.com. Tell us about the Biliblankets.
Okay, I'll tell you about the Biliblanket, but we need a little bit of history because we have treated jaundice for many years. But the way we treated jaundice was have these bright blue fluorescent lights over the baby when the baby was lying naked so that the baby's skin could be exposed to the blue light. So the baby is not cuddled, not cradled, not held by anybody in this open bed. This Biliblanket here lets us cradle that light around the baby so it can be held by mom and dad, can be nursed while still receiving therapy. So this is key in optimizing the outcome and the life for the child with mom and dad.
Okay, so we've got a newborn or a very young baby, jaundice situation.
Yes.
Needs to be exposed to some
blue light.
Blue light. What is blue light?
Blue wavelength light. You know, white light that we see is all wavelengths. Red, yellow, blue, green, all put together. We think it's negative, but it's really everything. The blue wavelength light, when it touches the skin, helps the body convert bilirubin into a chemical that can be excreted in the urine rather than waiting until the baby stools it out. If it accumulates in the bloodstream, it can actually develop brain damage and have children not ever able to be a good person in society.
Now I feel like I feel now like I'm in like medical school, year 7. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like
it's over our heads.
Yeah, way over our heads. But now tell us about this fabulous item, and it's called a Biliblanket.
Right.
And how do we get some?
A Biliblanket is a small tool with a box that's maybe 9 inches by 9 inches, with a long blue cable to a sheet of fabric that permits that blue light to be exposed. That sheet of fabric is then wrapped around the baby with a piece of cotton to make sure each infant who has it separately can be kept clean and dry. This blanket is then turned on and you get this blue glow that goes all around the baby as this phototherapy Biliblanket is being used.
And we have one fired up right now that we are demonstrating, and again, you can see a picture at mixfm.com to get an understanding of it. It doesn't look anything like it sounds. But how many of these do we have? How many do we need? And where do you get them? Like Costco has them, 10 for 100? Or?
Costco does not have them 10 for 100. I think we have 4 or 6 of these. And at any one time, even in the NICU, we can be needing 6 or 8. That does not include the newborn nursery that also needs them, and it does not include the pediatric floor that also needs them when babies are readmitted to the hospital once they've gone home. So would 20 be nice? Sure. These are anywhere from $2,500 to $2,800 a piece.
Oh my gosh. So $2,500 to $2,800 per Billy blankets.
Yes, and that does not include the special cotton cover each baby needs for an extra $5 each.
And huh?
The extra cotton cover is $5, but when you have 50 a month you're using, that's an extra $250 a month we need to spend on the covers for these babies at TMC for Children.
Okay, so bottom line, $3,000.
That's probably a good average, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if we can get some, shall we?
It's quite an electric blanket.
It's like an electric blanket,
Yeah,
only really different.
Only a lot better.
So I am actually thinking now of many of our listeners who have more money than others of us have.
Okay.
I'm thinking of the people who are driving their Mercedes and their Lexus and their BMWs, who, maybe they're doing okay in this horrible economy of ours. Maybe they're still feeling good. And you know what? I can tell you for sure that those people always feel a little extra guilty about the fact that they're doing so well and are looking to make a difference. This is a perfect opportunity.
So let's give you the phone number, and you can be that person to make that difference. 623-KIDS, 623-5437. Could you buy a Billy blanket?
I hope so. Just imagine a child who has jaundice, who's able to be wrapped up in this, and while going through the therapy to get over the jaundice, is still able to be cuddled by their parent.
Maybe you could get a few friends together and cover a Billy blanket. Maybe you can just contribute toward the purchase of a Billy blanket.
Sure.
Whatever you can do to help these kids at TMC for Children, that's what it's all about. I mean, think about this real quick. We were talking about one item, and you just heard the cost for this one item. That's a tiny part of what goes on here at TMC for Children. That's one of the very many tools that they need. So when you hear us asking for your help, that's why. It takes a lot of us contributing together to keep this nonprofit hospital in our community doing what it does every day, all year long. 623-KIDS, 623-5437.